Whenever you're ready.
Oh my God.
Jessica! I've never been called a fox!
Dana.
That's a classy name for a Harry.
I like it classic.
Okay.
Do you?
Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast.
Sure.
Out with the bad and in with the good, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Jessica!
Dana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast. I am Dana Powell.
I'm Jessica Young. And we are here to rant and rave.
See, it sounds perfect when we're looking at each other, and then I hear the recording or I edit or whatever, and it's so far off. It's almost like we tried to sing at separate times.
I know.
Also, it's not lost on me, too, that still we do that, and it's the lamest thing we've ever done in our lives, probably. And it makes me laugh every time. Like, I wonder if there are new listeners ever that are like, what? No.
Yeah.
Those two women just saying, we are here to rant and rave, a boogie booty doody doo doo. Like, no, these are not my people.
It's also not long enough for us to start a round, or that would be my solution to the problem.
Oh, I'm sure people are like, oh, I'd love to hear a 12 round of we are
To the
here
tune of Frere Jacques.
I guess we'll just leave it the way it is.
Hilarious.
Jessica, how are you?
I am good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. I know that you received a treat from our pod squad.
So, ask and you shall receive. Now, I was not asking, but I guess
I couldn't believe it.
energetically I did, and I couldn't be more thrilled. So, you guys, if you listened to our last episode, I was singing the praises of all three of the ladies that host the Spark My Interest podcast, which Dana and I are a big fan of all of them and their podcasts.
So I feel like I learned so much too.
Yes.
Some things I learned that I'm like, this is Henri. I'm going to pull this out someday. And other things I'm like, what?
Yes. And we had a blast. One day we got to be their guest before the pandemic. We were in person, and it was, wow, it feels like a lifetime ago, right?
Isn't it?
But one of the gals from the show, Miss Deborah, she has a Meyer lemon tree, and I can't explain to you guys that if you're a fan of lemons or of citrus in general, which I am, and I kind of like it on any and everything, I have never experienced more fragrant fruit in my life. I brought that bag inside and I could smell it, and it is insane. So my point of this is, she heard on the episode me talking about her lemons, which are truly intoxicating. That woman, bless her heart, and thank you from the bottom of my heart, drove over here with a full bag of her massive Meyer lemons with a lovely note to me and Alan.
Unbelievable. They're so precious. They're such good people.
They are. And what an incredible, lovely thing.
Like, yeah. They surround themselves with amazing people. Yeah. Their husbands are amazing, obviously. Wouldn't it be weird if we were like, they are such amazing women? Their husbands are for shit. But that's not true. Their husbands are amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, very, very cool. Yes.
No, that was so lovely. So thank you. And you guys, that's what I mean. Like, you don't know the joy you can give someone with something as simple as something from your garden or something homemade. Just like I freak sometimes if I get a thank you note from someone and their child has painted a picture and that's included.
Yes.
My fridge is covered with children's artwork and none of those kids are mine.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you know what my friend Kira does? She has started doing, she's made that plant embroidery for me. That's so cool. She does like sweet and salty stitches kind of things. But what she started doing is taking children's artwork and turning it into
Mm.
embroidery for the mothers to hang forever.
That's adorable.
It is precious. So she was like, "You need to dig up
That's
some of Henry's artwork that you want to keep because I want to practice." I was like, "Yes, yes, I
how
will. I promise."
cute is that? What a
Yeah.
great idea.
Yes, so cute. She did it for her neighbor as a Christmas gift. And I was like, I would have cried. Like, I'm
Yeah.
so sentimental about that stuff. And my kid is growing like a weed.
Yep.
He's up to my eyeballs right now,
I
Jessica.
can't believe
He's huge. And honestly, I think that happened over Christmas break, like in the last 3
Mhm.
weeks. Like sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like,
Aren't your
"Did you
nephews
grow?"
really tall?
They are
I
ginormous.
mean, he might all
They're
of
both
these
over 6 feet tall. Both of them.
all of these boys coming from the Powell girls might end up I mean, Henry might be as tall as them.
Maybe. I mean, they both have size 13 feet. One of them's
What?
12. Uh-huh. Wait, is he 12? No, he's 13. And Cohen is 17.
Oh my god. That's great. That's what size shoe Alan wears.
Huge.
Yes.
These boys tower over my dad.
Wow.
Yeah. Not that my dad's like a huge man, but he's,
I always picture that your dad's tall, but you say he's not, eh?
he's not that tall. He's
Mm.
taller than me, but like in the world, he's not that tall. But his
Mhm.
brute strength is what's terrifying.
Okay.
And my baby sister got that. Tiffy is a hoss.
She's just like, "Move out of the way."
She's like, "We got to get it done." And she does, whatever it is. And I'm
I
going,
love
"Please
it.
don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. And I can't help." I can't. It's just not. Because first of all, my right arm, when I shattered it and all the bones
Yes.
died, well, the bones have grown back, but it's still weak and I have
Of
nerve damage. Like
course.
lifting a gallon of milk with that arm is
Painful
difficult.
and weird.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Dan and I just got rid of the old couches in our front room
Mhm.
and I had to help him carry that. Oh my God.
Oh, shh.
It was like the weakest Keystone Cop ever. Like going, "No, I think if I grab here, no, over here. Well, if I pinch this cushion."
Stop it. I'm picturing that perfectly.
Dan was so patient and so kind, but I'm sure inside he was like, if there's ever an apocalypse, we have to eat her first. She's going down first. She's weak.
Honestly, a couch ain't no joke, and I
It
have
was
to move them
heavy.
around a lot with clients or
Ugh,
at showrooms and whatnot that I'm working at. It's not easy, and I am the one who's always like, "I can do it."
not me.
And then a day or 2 later, I'm like,
You're
I
hurting.
can't move my shoulder."
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's no joke.
Yeah,
I
it was.
can't
I
believe
was
you
just
guys
like,
did that together. Those couches are not light.
and it wasn't even like a sleeper couch. Those things, forget it. You have to get a crane.
Uh-huh.
There's just not an option.
Seriously, they weigh like a ton.
Yes, it's
Literally 1
insane.
ton.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Dan
Oh
and
my
I have
god.
basically like the whole front of our house, and then he built my greenhouse and staked it down. Like we just kind of live in a new home now of all our
Love
own
it.
stuff. But
It looks amazing, but I've been inspired because you, for a while now, were purging,
yeah,
cleaning, organizing. I did it, but I do it in spurts. Like, I'm one of those people, this is very indicative of me, just like with anything I start, whether it's a diet, a new hobby, a new this or that, I'll do it with gusto for
like
an hour
obsessed for a
or
little bit.
a day.
Yes.
And then I'm like, whew, I sure. And then I have no interest in going back to it. And I was just looking around. Now, I did some major cleaning up around the holidays because I was like, okay, get it together, lady. But I'm like, new year, new everything.
Yeah.
I had all these plants that have just been sitting in these little plastic things, and some of them have been thriving, but have way outgrown that container. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay, this is something that I enjoy, will relax me. I used to do all the time at work.
Yes.
Why don't I ever do it for myself anymore? I went to the nursery. I bought some nice new soil. I bought
Your
some
pot
rocks.
game is on point. Your pots are so cute.
I mean, okay, so that dinosaur pot I got at that incredible store in Los Olivos that you would cry. Literally, I know you would sit down on the ground and just weep.
Probably.
It's a wonderland like I've never seen in the heart of Los Olivos. That's where I got that dinosaur pot.
So cute.
It was not cheap. I wanted to get more, but I was like, okay, I'll treat myself to one
One.
thing here. And I got that pot. And then I don't know if you noticed my shark pots.
Yes, of course I noticed.
Those are
So
from
cute.
Miss Jen Hall Hill.
What?
Uh-huh. I liked hers and I freaked out. I was like, where did you get that? I need it.
Yeah,
And
where did she get them? Because Henry would
she's
die.
Kroger in the South, which we don't have out here, but Kroger owns Ralph's. So I
Yes.
should take a peek at Ralph's, like in their floral area. I haven't been into a Ralph's in ages.
I always visit a floral area at a grocery store. You can get it's a secret. It's a planty secret.
Yes, and you
Because
never
they
know
have to
what's
get rid
there.
of stuff. Uh-huh.
Totally. Next thing I know, a couple of days later, she sent me 2 sharks with the plants inside.
Shut up.
I was so scared because I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what this is, but it smells like it's molded and it's gotten wet. And then I open it and realize, oh, it's the soil.
Yeah, I love
there was
that
nothing
smell.
wrong with it, right?
Yeah. That is
But
so neat.
oh my God, it really amazing.
I have to tell you, I get excited sometimes because, obviously we're friends with these people.
Mhm.
I know it seems weird. At least I call them my friends. They might be like, Dana, you're a podcast host. We're not friends. But anyway, I get so, I think she is just an incredible artist. And
Beyond.
sometimes she will tell me on my paintings, oh, I love this. And I literally lose my mind and go, an artist really loved what I did.
Right?
I get so excited.
She really is. I told her,
She's
I'm like,
brilliant.
if we were rich and famous, one or
I'd
both of
hire
those
her.
things, hire her for all kinds of stuff. But
Everything.
I'm like, I would hire you to literally illustrate our podcast. I don't know what that even means, but I do kind of know what that means.
I only know because she's done it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
That would have never crossed my mind to do something like that. And those were so special to us. Like, so special.
Yes.
I have them saved in my favorites in my phone. It, it's a picture of me, not my family, but love it.
No, it's amazing. We've really been blessed with all kinds of amazing, thoughtful things from you guys, and we appreciate it so much. You just have no idea. It really is.
It's amazing.
It's very
I
humbling.
just got distracted, Jessica, because my baby sister texted me, and with everything that's gone on in our family in the last few years, like, I am glued to my phone,
of course,
just in case and if it's family, my heart goes until I see. She just said, I don't know what this means. I asked her. We'll see if she gets back to me. She just said, hey, can I use your word porn? What is she talking about?
Well, there is an actual page that I follow called Word Porn.
What is it? Maybe it's something I posted.
So maybe she is talking about something that you posted and she's using that as the name or reference, if you will.
I mean, if I have word porn, she's welcome to it.
Mm-hmm. No, it really is a great page.
Interesting. I'll have to look at that. Oh, one of our listeners too, was it Beck Martin? That told us about Tortoise, the doggy and the tortoise that are best friends on Instagram.
I think so, yes.
Instant follow. Every day. I love it. I've seen that little doggy get so excited to play with his tortoise friend. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. It's so much happy.
I love it. And again, I love seeing, even in the animal world, 2 different species.
Crossover. Yes. That's why I love seeing Ollie and Lucy just frolic in my backyard.
Yep.
Kira came over today to grab my son, and she wanted to see the greenhouse, so we went out there. Lucy couldn't have been more excited to have a guest in the backyard because Omicron's so bad. We haven't been having even porch guests. Everybody, it's kind of cold out anyway, and everybody's kind of staying to themselves, and so there's been nobody visitors in the backyard. and she lost her mind. She couldn't believe Kira was back there. She was just running everywhere.
Aww.
So cute.
I loved getting to see that little cutie pie last
Oh,
month. She was
she's
just
so
so sweet.
sweet.
I love
Oh,
her.
speaking of cutie pies, I almost sent this to our
Mm-hmm.
friend Sarah. I saw a video of Harry Styles from one of his concerts, and he was wearing this like sparkly fringe vest.
And no
And
shirt.
yes, and I was like, there are so few people that could pull that off. I wasn't mad at him about it at all.
I know.
But if I was like, oh, what if Alan or Dan Tipton did? I couldn't even finish the thought.
The sound that's coming out of your mouth is what would come out of mine, okay? Like, it would be a laughing stock. Not like, oh, it's okay, or yeah, go for it, honey. I like a man who's confident.
Yeah, no.
You
It
need
would
to.
be like if I started to try and dress like Lady Gaga. Oh no, honey. No. Anyway, I was like, oh, he's so cute in that little fringe vest. And then I was like, if you saw somebody in the wild like that, Dana, you would absolutely lose your mind and be like,
Put your
don't
flannel
do
back on.
that. Anyway.
Hilarious.
Well, we are full blown into 2022. How you feeling so far?
You know what? I'm feeling okay. I before we go into rants, I'll tell you really quick. I am on baby watch again. Not for me,
I
y'all. I'm not having a
know.
baby.
No.
But I am gonna be the real Mrs. Doubtfire, dear. Any day now.
Yes.
One of my
You
bestest
do a good
friends in the
Mrs.
world.
Doubtfire impression.
A little obsessed. It may or may not be in my top 3 favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
I
All
know
right.
it by heart.
That's funny.
I
You
can't
dropped
even
into
stop
it.
laughing thinking about it.
You dropped into it very nicely.
Thank you. She is gonna have a second child any day now.
She's ready to pop, right?
And yes, due
Yeah.
to a number of reasons and COVID and nobody really being in a close vicinity, when she starts going into labor, I'm going to be going over to stay with her toddler, who is one of the cutest kids you've ever seen in your life.
So cute. Like
It's
the
crazy.
what's the word for the bringer of joy? Like that child's
Yes.
face when
Yes.
she smiles, she like yanks her little nose up. It is
Yep.
the most pure, amazing. There's like a little hint of ornery, but you know she's not because she's too cute for that.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, just the cutest. The cutest.
It's so cute. And she says my name pretty darn good. No kid has ever been able to say my name, not even my brother when we were little. But she says, Jessica. Like
Yes.
very staccato. But she says it so perfectly. And
I saw, did you send me her video or did she post that video where you had given her a gift and she had said,
oh,
Jessica?
yeah.
So
With her
cute.
little sheep. But I'm going to go over and I'm going to spend the night. I'm going to literally stay there and take care of this little one while mom and dad are at the hospital
Having the new baby.
having the new one. So I'm very excited. I've been very insular because of that. After the last job I had in person with people, I worked with the police again last week.
Yeah.
I immediately went and got a COVID test 2 days later, and it was negative, thank God.
Mhm.
And so I've just really been staying home because I'm not
us
about to
too.
get that or have it given to them. So I'm crossing my fingers every day. More and more people are getting it. I do not want it. I do not want it. I do not want it. I'm going to just keep putting that out into the universe. I do not want it.
I saw a meme yesterday of somebody posted me fighting off Omicron. It said, and it was like this insanely
martial arts,
yes,
acrobatics. I was crying laughing.
Yes, because that's how I feel.
I know.
Listen,
if I could move a fraction of what that lady can, that would be delightful.
Oh my
God.
God.
No, seriously. It's
Like,
a miracle. I'm knocking on wood.
Yeah, I think it's
Uh-huh.
inevitable. I do think it's going to become like the flu where we're just going to have to get shots for it.
Uh-huh.
It'll, hopefully weaken over time. But it's not weak enough right now that I want it. I don't want to
Mm-mm.
lose my smell. And also I have some friends that have had it through, Omicron, even
Mm-hmm.
though they're vaccinated and boosted,
Yep.
and every single one of them's like, I felt horrible. It
Yes.
felt like the worst cold I've ever had in my life.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I've had a couple of doozers in my lifetime, and
Uh-huh.
I don't want to pass that.
No, exactly.
Ugh. Anyway, all right. Should we get
Stay
into
safe,
our?
guys
Yeah,
and
please do.
gals.
Please stay safe.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Also,
Yes.
I know that there are some weddings happening because people are tired of waiting because they've been waiting for 3 years to get married. Um, be real careful if you're doing that and it's not outdoor anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Indeed.
just a little message from my own life experience.
Yes. For real though. Okay. You guys, this is something I have been angry about for a very long time. Years, in fact. But it has really become a serious problem. Now, I shop at
I
Trader
think on I
Joe's.
think on purpose. Do you think on purpose?
I don't know.
I don't know. At first when I read your rant,
You were
I
like,
was
huh?
I was like, I mean, yeah, aggravate. But then when I read the facts of it, I was like, what? Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt, but I was shocked. Okay,
Yes.
please continue.
So these two examples I'm about to give happen to be Trader Joe's. Now, this is not a slam of Trader Joe's.
No,
It's my
no.
number one place to shop
Sure.
for food and house goodies and whatnot. So that's why I can come up with these two. But this goes across the board. This also goes for medications. Okay.
Oh,
Packaging that looks too similar for different things. So,
yes.
really quick, if you wonder why I'm mad about this, I was given the wrong medication when I was in college once,
Mhm.
and it was for people with congenital heart failure and
Ay.
cirrhosis of the liver.
Ooh.
I was going to the bathroom when I tell you, no exaggeration, just about every 5 minutes.
Mm.
And I was waking up in the middle of the night, hysterically crying with Charlie horses.
Ooh.
And I called my mom, and she was like, "You are low on potassium. First and foremost, you've got to go to a doctor immediately in the morning. If you have Gatorade and or bananas, get that into your system immediately and go to the doctor." Well,
Mhm.
long story short, they had given me a different pill. Now, this is kind of two rants in itself, but if you're ever questioning something,
Yeah.
ask the pharmacist, call immediately. I know we don't want to drive back to where you were and go, "Hey, this looks different," because it
Yes.
looked different, but I'm like, they probably just gave me a generic, because a lot of times they love to sub generics or other
Sure,
things
because
when
it's
the
cheaper
insurance
for
doesn't
you.
want to pay an
Right.
extra cent for your medicine that's costing you $100.
Right.
But let's just not get on that soapbox right now.
Mhm.
Um, anyways, they gave me the wrong prescription, and I called, and the pharmacist did not apologize, didn't say, "Oh my God," didn't say, "Get in here immediately, we'll switch it out." All of the right things, which would have de escalated the situation,
Mhm.
and I would have been fine. His response was, after I told him what had been happening to me, "Well, all the bottles look the same. Mistakes happen sometimes." Well, my
Wow.
eyes popped out of my head. I was young, what,
That can
20,
be that's
21? Correct.
yeah.
I said, "Cool. So if I'm allergic to aspirin and you gave it to me instead of Tylenol because the bottles look the same, too bad for me. You'll be hearing from my lawyer." Okay, I was like 20. I didn't have a lawyer, but guess what? My friend Kevin McGee that I worked with at the Gap was dating someone in law school, and he's like, "My boyfriend's a lawyer, and he would take that case." So,
Wow.
P.S., how did I have $3,000 to move out to Los Angeles?
Are you
that's
serious?
that's how I moved out to LA.
Good for you.
Uh-huh. So, anyways, not a joke. Read the labels. Okay. Now, that could be its own rant, and it kind of is. So, I will make this short and sweet. Packaging that looks too similar for different things. The first culprit, South African smoke versus smoked ghost chili. Now, you may say, what's the problem? Well, I'll tell you.
Big.
They're both in grinders.
Uh-huh.
They both have the same style of artwork, like whatever artist or graphic designer
Mm-hmm.
did it for both.
Mm-hmm.
The labels are both red and black. They both have a chili pepper on it. They both have the word smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They look way, way, way too similar. One is savory. The South African smoke is not spicy. It
Mm.
even has lemon peel in it. It's like garlic, lemon peel. It's
Mm-hmm.
delicious. It's off-putting. You hear South African smoke, you think that's going to be spicy or really
Spicy.
smoky. It's
Yeah.
a great seasoning for anything. Um, the ghost chili bottle says it doesn't get much hotter, but
We.
in small writing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's really warning you. Now, I put that ghost chili all over my food. I think you all know how that ended up, thinking it was the
Oh.
South African smoke. It's so
Oh.
insane. So, my question is, you can't get the graphics design person for $1 billion company to come up with some different colors and artwork. Okay.
Yes. Because when you were reading some of the, is it the next one you're going to talk about? Like the carbs?
Yes.
Yes, I'll let you go because I
Okay.
was absolutely gobsmacked.
So was I. And
Yeah.
it's night and day. Okay. So another culprit, and they are in the same bag, same design, same coloration, same art.
Mhm.
The dried cranberries. Okay. Now, one just says dried cranberries.
Mhm.
The other says in small print, no sugar added.
Mhm.
Well, let me just explain to you guys the difference between these. So, the no sugar added, which is the one that I get,
Mhm.
because hold on to your horses for any of you who need to up your fiber intake, you're going to be buying these. 31 grams of carbs. That's kind of high for carbs.
Mhm.
However, 19 grams of fiber.
Mm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That is 68% of your daily intake with just
Wow.
a quarter of a cup. Now, do you want me to lie to you and tell you I think these things are delicious? No, I don't. Do I
Yeah.
love the sweetened dried cranberries? Yes, I do.
Mhm.
But I take these and I throw a quarter cup, because it's about all I can stand, into a salad. And that is a way for me to up my fiber intake. If you like dried fruits, you could throw it into yogurt, granola,
You
whatever.
could put him in a smoothie, whatever you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they only in that one serving have 2 grams of sugar. Okay.
Right.
That's a
Which is
doable amount
great.
of sugar.
Yeah. And it's not like fructose syrup. It's
Correct.
natural. Yeah.
It's natural, nothing added. The regular bag of this, which again looks exactly the same, minus the little blurb that says no sugar added, has 132 grams of carbs per
I mean,
serving. That's staggering. That's like 3 or 4 times the amount of
times.
carbs you should have in a serving. Uh, Only 8 grams of fiber, and you can hold on to your hat for this, folks. 104 grams of sugar. What? A can of Coke doesn't have that much sugar.
No, I mean, it absolutely blew my mind when I read that.
It's crazy.
And for the packaging to be so close, I mean, listen, not everybody has to watch the way that, say, I do. But everybody should be at least aware, and that seems so
Yes.
sneaky to me. And I just didn't get it too, because I've always felt like the sneakiness of that is the no sugar added part, and it's like,
Hmm.
well, it's still got sugar in it if you're trying to go no
Okay.
sugar, but that is massive. It's not
It's
like the
huge.
difference between no sugar and like 8 grams of sugar, which would still make me go, I don't know. But
I
how
know.
many did you say was in that?
104. I think a can of Coke has 35.
That's insane for a few little cranberries that I ain't even gonna enjoy.
Yes. So the thing that irritates me the most about it is I just don't understand the purpose or the end game. It's not benefiting you.
Is
It's
it
like
is it cheaper to not have to change and just I don't know what the
it
answer
still
is.
had to change. Well, I know what you're saying. Like it's pretty
Yeah,
much the same, but then just
pretty
add
much.
that one little blurb.
Yeah, so it's not a whole new redesign.
I think they can part with a couple of $100.
I think
And that goes for every company. No, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know what it behooves anyone to not stand out that it's different, because I
but you
did
gotta look.
accidentally, I bought the wrong ones because I
Oh,
just grabbed them. They're next to each. I didn't need them. I did return. I did exchange it.
yeah.
But
When I first started
yeah.
reading your rant, I was like, oh, okay, this is a lighthearted rant. And then I got to those statistics. I was like, there's nothing lighthearted about this.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a massive difference. So be on the lookout.
Yes. And again, if you just, if it's, look, we're all on autopilot. Again,
Mhm.
that's something I use regularly. If I did that and poured that in, I guarantee you my body would not react
Oh
very
God,
well to
no,
that.
mine wouldn't either. Mine wouldn't
So,
absolutely. I would probably get sick.
yep. Just
Well, and
read your labels. That is
also
my
for all
big,
the
big thing. Read your labels. And if something looks weird or seems different, speak up about it or ask a question, because ain't no
and
shame in that.
look over your groceries. A lot of people are having to use Instacart and have delivery make because those people
Uh-huh.
that's how they're making their living. They're doing it fast. It's not their
Mm-hmm.
food. They don't I don't want to say they don't care, but they don't care.
Right.
Not enough to like look at labels and take the time, you
Mm-hmm.
know. If there's two options side by side, if there's go squeeze fruit or go squeeze fruit and veggie, they don't care which they grab. I want the fruit
Uh-huh.
and veggie
Yep.
because I want some nutrition in there. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you
Yep.
gotta pay attention even
Yep.
when you order.
That's right.
Well, thanks for bringing that to the
Sure.
forefront of well our show, which really just helps the world. Okay. Here's my rant, and I also love that you sent pictures because
Mhm.
I don't like this. I don't understand the purpose. I think
So
it
gross.
is a little bit what's the word I'm looking for?
Offensive.
Yeah, and like fecal, not fecal. I don't like it. Let me get into it. Doritos underwear pack that's right. Doritos underwear.
Nope.
Packaged like a bag of Doritos.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah, there doesn't need to be food themed underwear ever for anyone. Now, I know some people think it's kinky to have like chocolate panties. I don't want to be eating something that may have been on someone's butthole. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be forward about it.
No, I don't want food in the bedroom, period.
No, I
And I
don't
don't want
know.
sex in the kitchen.
It looks like a chip bag. So it's already like
Uh-huh.
there's some for some reason I can't put it together and I think it's cuz my brain doesn't want to, but for me somehow it's like eating poo-poos. I don't like it. Anyway, they have nacho cheese flavor.
Let's throw
Um
up.
that I'm looking at this string, the one that made me the most livid. Let me go through here. Cookies, okay. If you're like a big cookie fan, maybe. Donuts, all right, fine. What kind of pasta are those spiral noodles, lasagna, meat sauce?
Fusilli.
I'd it is fusilli. Don't cover your foo-foo with lasagna print. I'm sorry, nobody wants to eat your fusagna.
Oh my God.
after it's
Fusagna.
after it's been on your nut sack, I don't want nut fusagna. Come on, crazy person. No,
Smelling like that hot roasted nut cart candle.
I cannot. So the Doritos ones are edible, right? Or no?
They better not be.
I
Are you
hope not.
nuts?
Well, chocolate ones are.
Yeah, and remember at Spencer Gifts, they used to have this candy underwear that was
I
like a fruit roll up with two licorice whips on the side to tie it like a string bikini.
No, you wild woman. My mother wouldn't let me go in Spencer Gifts.
What?
I had to sneak in there.
Oh, that was my weekly thing when I went to the mall to
Just
hang out with my
me.
friends. Spencer all the way. And if I haven't already told you this, if we had known each other in our youth, you would have been a recipient of this. And I bet I would have probably had you grounded for the rest of your high school career. I'm that bitch that used to buy those envelopes from Spencer that were blank that you could put anything in. and the return address said like STD results 1234 Main Street, Anytown, USA 12345.
Hilarious.
And I would send that kind of shit to my friends so their parents would see it. I also bought my sex ed teacher a pet condom in 8th grade from Spencer. Oh my God, I did.
What?
Yep. Remember they had the pet rock? I got her the pet condom.
For your sex ed teacher?
Yes.
Were you 57 when you were in 8th grade?
Funny you should ask. I was awarded an award, no pun intended, at the end of our 8th grade year for, quote, asking the most pertinent questions in sex ed class.
Wow, good for you.
Have I never told you about literally one of my favorite teachers of all time, Cindy Little? She told us, now, God knows somebody like that today would have either been praised or fired. I don't know. She said, all right, ladies, while we're on the subject of sex and condoms, I want to explain something to you. And she's already opened the condom package and she's got it on the tips of her fingers. Now, y'all cannot see this demonstration I'm giving Dana.
Stop sliding your fingers over your fingers. It's making
I know, it looks like I'm jacking my hand off right now.
Yes, it does.
She said, if any guy, and this is as it's being rolled down, if any guy ever tells you they're too big for a condom, you have them come talk to me. And at this point, y'all, she had it pulled down her entire arm and past her elbow.
Oh my God.
Good on her, because she taught us, you demand that someone wears a condom and you be responsible. She goes, you're too young to be having sex, but if you do, be protected. If you won't, nobody else will. I don't want to be held accountable for that, all right?
But teacher, he says it will hurt him.
I'll show him what hurts. Bend over, kid.
What are you going to do with your hand?
She also instructed us never to wear colored socks during PE class, white only. Why? Another direct quote, because Dana, when you sweat, it goes from your foot into the sock, it picks up the dye within the fibers, it comes back in with the sweat, it travels through your bloodstream. You can get poisoned for that, and I'm not going to be held accountable for that, all right?
Is that true?
I don't know, but I never wore anything but white socks to work out in since. Ladies, if you don't wipe properly, a chemical reaction happens in your pants, all right? It's like your urine is very acidic, then it's hitting your underwear. Hopefully it's cotton, breathable, and that acts like a base. And, if you don't wipe enough, you're causing a chemical reaction. You're going to be left with a crotch full of Windex, and I'm not going to be held accountable for that, all right?
Windex!
It creates ammonia.
Oh my God. Miss Little.
Yes?
I've been noticing a foul odor down there. What should I do?
Dana, this is a perfect time to bring this up. You should go home.
I doubt it.
In the privacy of your own bedroom or bath, take a mirror, place it on the ground. If I may be so blunt,
you will.
Squat. Get to know yourself and your body, all right? If you don't, nobody else will. And I'm not going to be held accountable for that, all right?
But I don't want to know her if she's smelly.
Dana, this is another subject matter entirely. I'll report back to you tomorrow.
Ooh, I hope it was pertinent. I like Cindy Little.
One of the best teachers of my life. Like, I'm not kidding. Nothing but love for that woman.
She full-blown fisted a condom and was like, don't you let boys tell you they won't fit. I love it.
Did. And much like that scene in Fried Green Tomatoes, I'm sorry, again, I don't know if this would be embraced now or she'd be run out of town. I guess it also depends on the school and the town and the state that you're in. I was in Georgia, okay? But she was encouraging young women to know what their body was like, what it looked like. She didn't promote sex or anything like that. She promoted a healthy relationship with you and your own body,
Your
not to
body.
be ashamed of it, and for you to know what it looks like so that you can also know if something's wrong. And
You have
I
to.
find that so liberating and so important
Absolutely.
coming from a generation of parents who I know it was the same for your mom as it was
Oh,
with mine.
absolutely. My mom
But
thought she was a werewolf when she started growing hair down there because nobody ever told her she would.
yes,
And she
my mom was
cried.
never told
She
about a
di
period.
she didn't know how to tell anyone that she was becoming a wolf.
Yep. It's horrible. Like we laugh at that, but imagine
The
how
trauma.
horrifying. I
Yeah,
knew all about a period. My mom
yeah,
was an OBGYN nurse. I still cried and was freaked out when I got my period. I didn't
yeah.
want it.
My mom she told me more than probably people would think just because I think she had such a lack because she was raised by a single mom who worked all the
Right.
time. People certainly in schools, people weren't asking questions or sharing information like that back then.
Okay.
So yeah,
No.
it is so important for our young ladies to know their bodies. Well, it's like I said, I had a friend recently who is younger and
Mhm.
hadn't been to the doctor yet, and that doctor said, "Oh, well, if you're not sexually active at the moment, it's not necessary." And I said, "What are
BS.
you talking about? You have to know that
Awful.
you are healthy if you wanna have children someday or you don't wanna have children, you need to know where you stand and what's going on.
Yes.
Not to mention things that go wrong with female health are deadly.
Thank you.
We have to know. I appreciate Cindy Little. Thank you. Thank you,
No,
Cindy.
I love you, Cindy,
We
wherever
all
you
do.
are.
We wish there were more Cindys
Seriously,
in the sexual education world.
I really do.
I do too.
Because you know what the boys got?
What?
This is the only thing. I mean, I wasn't in the class, but I remember somebody giggling about this afterwards. One of the guys raising their hand because the sex ed classes were segregated, girls and boys, right? The boys had Mr. Roland, and somebody said, "Excuse me, what does an orgasm feel like?" And he said, "Kind of like a sneeze." And then he changed the subject and moved on to something else.
A sneeze? That is the worst description of an orgasm I've ever heard because I wouldn't say I find a sneeze pleasant.
No,
Not like an orgasm.
it's a release. It removes the toxins,
Oh my god.
gets your serotonin flowing.
That is crazy.
Oh my God. What kind of
Well,
food underwear would Dan have? Toasted raviolis?
I don't know, but we got so sidetracked. The ones that made me the angriest. Do you know? Do you,
I mean, it's a hard toss up.
It is a hard toss up, except kind of not. I don't know what the band says because it's not very clear. It says lazy something. But anyway, there's a picture of pig on the butt and it
Mhm.
says bacon wind.
Oh, yeah, I
That
saw
is
that.
a cartoon reference
It's
to you eating
disgusting.
piggies and then farting them out into your underwear.
So
And you know
gross.
how I always say poop wind? Well,
Uh-huh.
that's piggy poop, bacon poop
Yep.
that you're blowing out your butthole into these cute underwear. No.
I
No.
cried when I saw that one.
So unacceptable. So unacceptable.
God, it really
and
is.
also just cruel to piggies. What if I put your face on some underwear and then put Jessica Wind like I ate you and I'm farting you out my butt? You no. I don't want to fart anybody out my butt. I don't like farts. It's your poop wind. And don't you dare make it cute on a pair of underwear for a man to wear because it's funny because they like farts. No.
Dana does not allow her husband to fart in the home.
No, ma'am. And if I hear it from across the house, I'll tell him I heard you. My friends make so much fun of me because I'm like, I don't understand why you can't just pull your cheeks apart. It is fact. I'm sorry. It's science. A lot of the sound is from your cheeks slapping together.
So gross. And if you are not aware of this, then I suggest you go back to some older episodes so you can hear Dana explain her horrifying suggestion for pulling your butt cheeks apart.
You have to. I'm sorry. You need to do that. I mean, it's just at least less.
Can't.
I just don't want to be in your presence.
I can't.
I don't want to. My dog silently farted in my face the other night, and I was like, I am going to kick her out of bed. Like, you can curl up next to me and be cute, but if you're silently releasing wind from your butt in my face, no. Bye-bye, dog.
Yep. SBD. Dogs are the worst culprit of silent but deadly.
I mean, once in a while, I'll hear her actually fart, and then I'm curious. I'm like, she doesn't have cheeks. But that's for another episode.
Well, I hope this cleansing breath doesn't involve inhaling any bacon wind.
Well, there's nobody around me to fart, so thank goodness. Unless my plants are farting.
I can't.
I don't know if they're
farting oxygen.
Yeah, their farts are pure.
And they're eating the carbon dioxide coming out of the spread cheeks.
There we go. See? Look at that.
Very symbiotic relationship in the Tipton household.
Thank goodness. I have been in the presence of people, or like, remember when we would do improv shows all the time and those boys would drink beers and go to dinner before shows and they'd be meat burping everywhere?
Yeah.
I can't. Yes. Don't blow your sausage breath in my face while we're doing nerdy improv warm-ups. I don't want to. It makes me gag. I literally sometimes would be like, "Who just burped sausage?" Because improv boys are dirty anyway. There's a certain level of acceptance we have to give for improv boys anyway.
That's right.
And then you step it up by sausage burping in my face. No. Okay, I need a cleansing breath now, so I can really bring in my plant farts, which are clean and beautiful.
Oh my God.
See, I would have underwear that said plant wind. No, because that's salad farts.
Dear God.
Nobody needs wind on their butt. Okay. We like to take deep breath. What is wrong with me? Jessica. I have mental problems. We might have to edit out my breakdown. I don't know why I'm laughing at salad farts. I'm so mad at myself. Okay. I just snapped. All right. We like to rant out the good, the bad, not the good. We don't rant about good. We rant out the bad, the aggravating. Sometimes things are heavier than others. Like underwear with food on them, I guess probably isn't going to bring the world down, but I don't like it.
Exactly.
So we get all that out. We do a cleansing breath, blow it all out, and then we fill up with goodness for the rest of the show. If you can scream it out, it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Let's take a deep breath in. And oh, lovely.
Lovely indeed.
There's a leaf blower blowing around here. Do you hear it?
You know what? I am so angry about those. We have ranted about it before, but they are illegal within, I don't know, 50 to 100 feet of a residence. Well, then why do I see them all over the city?
Well, yeah, they're not enforcing that.
They smell awful. They blow shit everywhere.
Did you see that daddy that was blowing the little boy on a sled with the I almost sent it to you, but I didn't want to make you angry.
I'm glad you didn't, because I would report him to Child Protective Services.
Oh, Jessica!
You heard me. I had to vacuum the bloody screens on my windows thanks to the leaf blower. And I asked the gardener very nicely, I said, hi. When I get my really high-pitched voice and I smile, I said, hi, excuse me. Thank you so much. You always do such a beautiful job. Can you do me a favor and not blow anywhere near here? Because he blows everything out of the driveway of my building onto my porch, my
No.
plants, and I'm the only one that has brown screens.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I just took another cleansing breath.
Your own cleansing breath. I don't blame
I did.
you. I'm sorry I brought it up. All right, who's up first for corners? You?
Okay, it is me, and I have a what the what? Now,
Yeah.
I of course had a Elvis come to mind, and I thought of Blue Christmas when I read this. Okay, so scientists discover glowing snow in the Russian Arctic by
Spooky.
Last month, Russian biologist Vera Emelianenko went for a walk in the White Sea coast high in the Russian Arctic and noticed something very unusual in the snow, a blue glow that looked like Christmas lights. With Emelianenko and Mikhail Neretin, the son of a molecular biologist working at the same remote field station, and 2 dogs. It was Neretin who first noticed the strange blue glow, and as they walked to investigate, they noticed that their footsteps created streaks of ethereal blue, like blue Christmas lights in the snow. Even the dogs left a glowing trail as they raced ahead, and squeezing the glowing snow in hand only made it glow stronger. Semenov was intrigued by the find, so she went back to the station and asked photographer Alexander Semenov to accompany her so they could document the phenomenon. For about 2 hours, they both stomped the snow to make it glow, and Semenov took photos and later went viral on social media. Those same pictures were sent out to scientists around Russia, all of whom were intrigued by the phenomenon. The next day, Vera slipped a snowball of glowing snow under a microscope, and as she waited for it to melt, she spotted some copepods, tiny aquatic crustaceans in the petri dish. When she poked them with a needle, they lit up a faint blue, indicating that they were the source of the ethereal glow. Known as the bugs of the sea, these creatures are typically found in the ocean at depths of up to 100 meters during the night, but just a few feet at night when they can cause the eye-catching bioluminescent phenomenon on beaches. This type of glowing snow had not been seen before at the Russian biological station, even though it has been open for 80 years. An expert on Arctic marine zooplankton at Russia's Academy of Science in Moscow said they are rare phenomenon, may be the result of copepods being caught in a powerful current that pushed them ashore and into the snow. It's
That's so cool.
so cool. And Dana and I went and saw the bioluminescence in person. God,
in the
almost 2
ocean.
years ago.
Well, it's in Marina Del Rey right now.
It is.
Yes, I follow a guy that chases it along the coast.
It's so magic.
The thing that sucks is now that I am sleeping like a normal person and like trying to live like a normal person, the thought of going out to the ocean at 11 o'clock at night isn't quite as appealing.
Totally.
I'm usually in my jammies by 6:30 p.m.
Yes.
Now, I'm not opposed to going to the beach in my jammies, but other people might be. I don't know. But that is so fascinating. You know what's crazy to me is this is obviously a natural phenomenon. It's clearly been happening forever, and I've never heard of it in my life until the last 4 years.
I know.
I've certainly never heard of it happening in snow. That's interesting to me.
Well, and also for the ones that come up to the surface, like when we see it through the waves, right?
Yes,
so that's the top of the ocean, obviously, and we're seeing it crash down.
That's algae, am I correct? Or is it?
I think it is this plankton too.
Oh, it could be, yeah.
But
all I
what
know
is crazy is normally animals that have bioluminescence are in the deep, deep depths. I'm talking like deep sea angler depths.
Yeah, correct. But this, if you are anywhere near it and you're like me and you're like, I don't know, it's kind of late. I'm telling you, at least once, go see it. It will blow your mind.
Absolutely.
It's like when you see fireworks that are like extreme and you don't know, and you can't help yourself from going, oh, it's exactly like that, but it's even deeper because it's something you've never seen before. It's magic, literal magic.
I agree.
It is so bright and like this neon shine in the
And it's
ocean.
blue. It's
It
like
is
electric
blue.
blue.
Electric blue. It's stunning. It just makes you feel like, oh my God, there's so much in the world I don't know or understand. And I want to know more.
Right?
It's just crazy. I love it so much. But the fact that it's in snow, can you imagine running through snow like that?
It would be so cool.
Oh, wow. I love that.
I do too.
Thank you, Jessica. My corner is so ridiculous. I remember seeing this on the internet. My corner is from newsky.com. And listen, well, let me just get into it first and I'll make it. This is from Friday, December 17th in the UK. I can't see who it's written by. Blah blah blah. If I get to I don't see it. Anyway, it's from newsky.com. Man kicked off flight for wearing women's underwear as a face mask. I'm going to read this article and I'm going to tell you, y'all know how we feel about mask wearing and keeping other people safe anyway. So I'm not even going to enter into that argument because I couldn't feel like this man was more wrong. But we're going to talk about a couple other things. Let me read this. Adam Jenny, is that his name? Was ordered to disembark the United Airlines flight following his stunt, which he suggests illustrates the absurdity, or science, of having to wear a face covering on a plane until it reaches cruising altitude. I don't know that they're like, I think they're like, leave it on when you're not eating and drinking. I'm not sure that it has anything to do with altitude, sir. A man was kicked off a flight in the U.S. for wearing women's underwear as a face mask.
No.
In footage taken by another passenger and shared widely online, Adam Jenny can be seen wearing a pink thong over his face as he sits in his seat before the flight from Fort Lauderdale to Washington took off. A flight attendant can be heard saying, you're going to have to come off the plane. We're not going to let you travel. Right, because there's a mask mandate, sir. And it has to be a certain type of mask or no one's safe. Okay. Yep. Mr. Jenny from Florida can be heard then asking why, as the staff member replies, you're not in mask compliance. Right. It's not just slap something over your face. It is mask compliance. People are wearing N95s, KN95s, like cloth masks are not protecting us against Omicron. Okay. The 38-year-old, old enough to know better, dude. Removal from the plane then can be seen to spark a show of support from other stupid passengers. I added the word stupid, with several reportedly getting up to leave. You's willing to waste your flight money to support this man who put
not a chance
girliest panties on his face he could so that he could point out the absurdity of face mask. No, sir, what's absurd is you're a dude and you picked lady panties because you wanted that lacy pretty on your face and apparently floss over your mouth because that's all a thong is. Okay? One person could be heard saying, did he just get kicked off for wearing a mask? No, he got kicked off for putting feminine undergarments across his mouth and nostrils like a pervert. That's what he got kicked off for. Because that you can pee-pee in those, but they're not going to keep anyone safe and they ain't going to hold in the pee-pee either. They're not for your face and they're not for liquid. That's just to cover your hoo-cha-cha from your jeans, okay? And honestly, I don't like thongs because you're not covering anything. All your poo-poo-poopers are getting all over the back of your pants, and then you're sitting in seats that I have to sit in later. And I learned that from Oprah. So you know it's true. Mr. Jenny later said he had pulled the stunt to highlight the absurdity of mask rules on flights. Sure, you definitely wanted to highlight absurdity. But here's the problem, guy. All you did was highlight your own absurdity. It's so aggravating to me.
So stupid. I've had it.
He said, there's nothing more absurd than having to wear a mask until I get to cruising altitude so I can order Tito's by the double and snack on pretzels, and illustrating that absurdity by wearing women's underwear. Why women's underwear, sir? Why? You think we're the weaker sex? You think it was going to be easier to breathe through than your underwear? I don't think so. In fact, you dumb, y'all have a pouch in the front of yours so you could have breathed better. According to United Airlines website, masks should be able to fully cover the mouth and nose, which I'm sorry, but underwear should fully cover your hunani and your butthole.
Okay.
That's just a personal opinion. I'm not mad at you if you wear thongs, but I'm like, but why? He said that he's been banned from United Airlines flights and that he had previously been removed from a Delta Airlines flight for doing the same thing. I don't know where this guy's money tree is, but I sure would like to visit it because there's not a lot of things in my life that I need to stand up for so much that I'll be like, oh, my air flights willy-nilly just to make a point.
And be banned from them.
Why don't you help feed people that are struggling during the pandemic, you douche?
Okay.
Sky News has contacted United Airlines for comment. They have not responded. Because why? They don't have time for that ridiculousness. No. But for real, though, I want to know why he chose women's underwear. He's highlighting absurdity.
To make a spectacle. He's just being an asshole.
I mean, it's just, what is your point?
That's the only reason.
What are you gaining? You're not making change. You just look stupid.
Yep.
And you know you're not following the rules. You know that a thong is not protecting anyone from any virus.
Correct.
I mean, I just don't understand COVID and everything. Everybody knows where we stand on that. But also as a woman, I just feel like there's a yuckiness and I feel slighted and condescended to that he specifically chose very sexualized underwear. Like, I don't know if there's something about the weaker sex in there. I don't know, but it's not good. And I know that because his own statement about he gets a double Tito's and I'm like, you are a garbage human, I think. Like, you waste money on absurd things because you think you're funny and you think you're making a point and you're not. And you're drinking double Tito's on a flight where you know you're going to get kicked off. So you're going to be drunk and ridiculous. Like, you're just stupid. Yep. Sorry, I know that's not a nice word. And now that I know that we have younger people that listen sometimes, I've said I'm not a role model, but I'm also just going to say it again. That man is stupid. Okay, we'll move on. And that's our corners. Thank you, Jessica.
Yeah.
Just beyond the COVID thing, I just think that guy is ridiculous.
Yes.
And he wanted to be ridiculous, but his reasoning behind it makes no sense. And also, I wish I could meet him and just go, you're so stupid. And I'm not really that kind of person. But I want to.
Oh, my God.
Let's
okay.
to our raves.
This gave me the biggest smile on my face. And I saw this. I told you guys, I have rediscovered CBS Sunday Mornings.
Yes.
I can't recommend it enough. Hosted by my childhood idol, Jane Pauley.
Oh, I love Jane
God.
Pauley.
Then you got to see CBS Sunday Mornings. And for you early risers, it comes on at 6 a.m. on the West Coast on CBS. For people like me, I watch the replay at 10 a.m. on KCAL.
Oh, okay.
It's either KCAL or KTLA, not CBS. Oddly, shows it again at 10. I'm not complaining.
Not okay.
So there's incredible stories this week. Was amazing. It had Sidney Poitier. Oh my God, I could rave about him.
Yes.
It had Carl Bernstein, the man who broke the Watergate scandal.
Yeah.
He was played by Dustin Hoffman in the movie All the President's Men.
Yeah.
Just watch CBS Sunday Mornings, y'all. Okay. So this was part of it, and it gave me such glee. And it's something in Southern California. And it is the San Diego Women's Senior Basketball Association.
Okay.
Now, the minimum age to join is 50. I don't even consider that a senior, but okay. No. Now that I know about it, I'll be jumping on that train. The Senior Women's Basketball Association is a nonprofit organization based in San Diego, California.
It is governed by an elected executive board. We give back to the community by sponsoring girls 12 to 17 who are in San Diego County and residents. They may select any basketball camp of their choice within the state of California. Senior women's basketball members are from all walks of life: businesses, dentists, doctors, lawyers, homemakers, engineers, teachers, and the military. Participants must be at least 50 years of age. Our oldest player is 95 years old,
What?
and I saw her shoot a hoop, and my head almost exploded.
Oh my gosh.
Any woman age 50 or older who enjoys basketball and shows good sportsmanship may join and play. You guys, another reason to check out CBS Sunday Morning so you can see them. But I'm not kidding. This is all different races, all different skill levels. Anytime that I start to feel sorry for myself or tired, I'm going to keep thinking about that lady who's 95,
No
who is out
joke.
there shooting baskets. One lady's like, I'm 80. I've never played basketball. I just started.
Oh my
It is
God.
so incredible. What a lovely camaraderie for these women. You're
Yes.
getting
Exercise.
exercise, you're
Yeah.
getting to socialize. And I didn't even know, like, what they highlighted and the show was just like, hey, you can still move when you get older and do something fun. When I looked up the website, I'm like, I didn't realize that part of what they do and are getting donations for is to then they are playing to raise money for girls who would not otherwise have the money to go to basketball camps. I went to
That's
the
amazing.
Andy Landers basketball camp at UGA, University of Georgia, when I was going into high school because I desperately wanted to be on the basketball team. And I went to that camp during a summer to get I got that award too. I won the 2-on-2 championship. I'm not bragging or anything. Yes, I am.
I mean, you are really much more multifaceted than I realized. I can't believe all the awards you've run. Sex education awards, basketball awards. I mean, it's impressive.
Listen, I won the 2-on-2 championship at the camp, which was a very large camp with hundreds of girls. I was a bench warmer for my high school basketball career. I was put in like at the fourth quarter. I love basketball. Was I good at it? Not
No.
particularly.
Well, at least your mama wasn't going, oh, honey, you're not very coordinated. I don't think you should do that. That's what happened in my life. But I did put my foot down with baton twirling and said, I
Yes.
know that I can compete in the marching.
Mhm.
And I won first
And
place
you
in
did.
marching.
See?
I mean, literally, my hands were on my hips. The baton rests on your arm, your right arm if you're right-handed. And then I just marched in a circle. But
So what?
first prize worthy march in a circle.
Thank you. And it got you onto the Highlanders, did it not?
That is amazing.
So check out their website. It's swba.info. And
I love it. It
it's
reminds
so
me,
cute. And you'll see
have you
pictures of them.
that's what I love because
Mhm.
then you're like, okay, I don't know, somehow it plants seeds for you as you grow
Yeah,
older, I think anyway.
totally.
I think I sent you videos, and I can't remember off the top of my head what her name is right now, but that woman in her 80s or 90s that's doing the hip hop workout
Yeah.
dancing.
Beyond.
She dances better than I ever do.
Yeah, no, it's
And
beyond.
and she's white.
Yeah,
You know
and
how
her energy level.
they say white people don't really have rhythm. This lady do.
She's given it her all. I
I
love it.
mean, she is adorable, and
Yep,
what a spark plug.
I know.
And I just think that people who keep themselves active like that, they're gonna live longer and
Yeah,
better quality of life.
totally.
I love that.
I
I
agree.
probably won't be signing up for basketball anytime soon because everybody would be like, "Okay, who wants Dana? You know she can't dribble." But we're all here to support one another, and then somebody's like, "I'll take her. She can sit on the bench." Okay. Thank you, Jessica. That was lovely.
Mhm.
I am excited about my rave this week because it's something that Jessica and I have talked about on the show a few times, but also just personally together kind of ad nauseum, because it's something that really, really, really bothers me. And I haven't been able to find something that I could do to help. And I think this could be a good answer to it. So I'm going to rave today about This Is About Humanity. So that's thisisabouthumanity.com. Founded in 2018, This Is About Humanity is a community dedicated to raising awareness about separated and reunified families and children at the border. So I have said multiple times, this is still a problem. We've stopped talking about it on the news because the world is in global crisis. And so it's not at the forefront of news. It doesn't matter. These families have been separated. Some of them are still separated. Some of them are reunited with massive problems. And I have said to Jessica before, it sounds extreme, but it's really not. I feel like a German in the days when they turned their heads and they knew what was going on, but they felt like they couldn't do anything about it, right? That's how I feel about this issue. There are babies being destroyed emotionally and mentally and physically, really. They're not getting what they need. Anyway, so here we go. We educate others on being allies and advocates. And through our proximate trips to the border and our This Is About Humanity fiscal sponsorship fund at the International Community Foundation, we help support those individuals with essentials for living, access to legal services, mental wellness checkups, and other shelter projects. We also provide for a range of projects, including educational bus trips to the border, donations to legal services, construction projects at shelters, as well as material goods for unaccompanied minors. Unaccompanied minors just breaks my heart. But that somebody's doing something about it makes me so happy. And, when I'm definitely going to be looking into this. We live so close to the border. This is something I feel like when it's safe to be out in the world again, it's something that's been heavy on my heart as a mother, especially. So anyway, I love that they're teaching us they want to teach people how to be allies and advocates, because I want to do something. I cannot just keep turning my head. It's killing me inside. So anyway, again, This Is About Humanity. There's so much information. You can donate. There's other updates on other missions they have, like launching a $20,000 Pride campaign, supporting education spaces at partner shelters, Keep the Lights On grants. I mean, it's just really cool. There's a whole section that they do about their work. There's updates and partners. There's ways for you to engage. I know we're getting a long episode here, so I won't go into it because honestly, I could talk about it all day. They even have a shop where you can purchase your holiday gifts for them. Obviously it's not holidays now, but I'm sure they're going to have different things like that as they go on. There's totes, they have a little market. Anyway, anything you can do to help out, you are helping these children and our future. It's no joke that when someone suffers trauma as a child, which this is beyond, you don't know what's going to happen. They could go one of two ways. They could grow up and want revenge, or they can grow up and be better than you ever were, which that's the hope, but it doesn't always happen. I think it's programs like this that can make that possible. It's hard to change who you become based on environment by yourself. Okay.
Totally.
And they were put in that situation because of mistakes that our government made. I believe that's just my opinion. And I feel like I need to do something about it. So anyway, I will shut up now. This is about humanity.com. It's something that has been so heavy on my heart for so long, and finding this, and especially knowing that someone we care about was involved in creating this, is also very special. I love it. Check them out. This is about humanity.com.
Thank you, Dana.
Yes. We've talked about how that bothers us so many times, and both of us have said, I've sent toothpaste, I've sent shoes, like I don't know what else to do, and it feels evil to do nothing. So this is so lovely. I'm very excited that we found this.
Absolutely.
Jessica.
Dana.
I think think that's our show.
I think it is.
Oh my gosh. We like to end the show. Well, first of all, we should tell people how to get a hold of us because I forgot that at the beginning.
Yep, I always forget to. Please reach out to us directly on Facebook and Instagram at the Rants and Raves Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Raves_the. You can send us an email directly at the Rants and Raves Podcast at gmail.com, or go to our website, hit the contact button, www.therantsandravespodcast.com.
Yes. And if I may be so bold, I would like to tell you guys, Jessica and I are very bad at self-promotion, advertising. Like, we just are the worst. We're going to try and get better at that this year. We've got some ideas, obviously we've said it a million times and you're like, sure, guys, but like Patreon, things like that. Social media and self-promotion, all of those things that celebrities just get handed to them with podcasts are things that we have to work at, and they're time consuming. And Jessica and I are both very busy humans. So in saying that, if you guys are big fans of us and you like what we're putting out into the world, and you know other people who have things they can contribute to our show, please spread the word about us. We're not doing this for fame or money.
Right.
We're already so famous and we have so much money. We don't need any of that. No, our only desire is to have fun, to get the good news and the good word out. So if you would do that for us, that's the only thing we'll ask of you, really. Just spread the word, bring some new ears to our show so we can get our message out even further.
And please write in.
Please.
There has yet to ever be something that someone has sent in that we have not used on the show.
Yeah. And people send us quite a bit of stuff.
Yes. Corners, rants, raves. There's
good news stories. If you're like, hey, this woman in my neighborhood rescued a bee. Awesome. I'll talk about it. I love it.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's the only thing that we ever ask of you guys, is just like, tell your friends, bring some new ears. We're not asking you to like line our pockets with gold. We just want to get good news out there.
Exactly.
So we like to end the show with kind of what we're watching. Jessica, you've been watching something, right?
Well, I just finished Dexter.
That's right. I found a new rabbit hole to go down, and I texted your husband, and I haven't checked to see if he's seen it, because he's not like us. He's not like on WhatsApp 24/7 sharing animal videos and stuff.
No.
But it's the first one I watched it's on Prime Video, Amazon Prime, so it's free. The Secrets Behind the Castle. And then I moved on to, it's the same people. It's this group of, she's a female historian on house living in different decades and eras and stuff. And then 2 archaeologists who are carpenters and things like that. So Secrets Behind the Castle is about why you would build a castle, how you would build a castle, what it entails. They live for a year at these locations using only so like one was Victorian times, one was
that's awesome.
Edwardian times. Things I forget, like that beer and cider was not carbonated back then, and they made it themselves.
Yep.
Also the machinery, how they plow. I mean, it was fascinating. If you're into that kind of stuff and also want to like jerk yourself into reality and go, oh, I guess my life is pretty cushy. It's fascinating.
Ooh, I'll definitely check that out.
Even down to like the clothes that they wear, the way she has to style her hair, everything like that. Fascinating. Secrets Behind the Castle, Edwardian times. It'll come up. They're older. That's the thing. Some of them are like 2015, 2013, 2017, but they spend a whole year there living in that era, and it's mind-blowing. It's so cool. You learn how to make, like, the reason I think Alan would love it is all the metalsmithing, the blacksmiths, and forgery for farm things, all kinds of stuff. Fascinating. How they chose where to live and why. Amazing. Like when someone was building a castle, entire villages that now have become modern day cities in London and stuff were created because it takes 10 years to build a castle. So they're all living there nearby until that castle's done, and then they move on to their next project. Isn't that fascinating? Anyway, I could clearly talk all day about it's so crazy to me. I'm probably not going to give a point to ponder this week because I want you to go watch that so we can all ponder those things together.
Oh, all right.
Everybody's like, nerd. That isn't that what you say? How do you say it?
Nerd.
Yeah, poor Alan. I think Alan's nerd. What you call nerd, I'm like, oh, brilliant. What a brilliant man, so full of knowledge. Oh, hello. Very
Only. That is so rude. Excuse me. Okay, I'll give us a point to ponder in the form of I don't know if this is a poem. What?
Ugh, if it's a knock knock joke, I'm just hanging up.
No, this is short and sweet.
Okay.
Signs of a deep friend connection.
Mhm.
Laughter is abundant. Honesty is encouraged. Vulnerability is welcomed. Support is real and active. You can put your guard down. You inspire each other to grow. You give each other good advice. They help during times of struggle. Both of you feel stronger together. Young Pueblo.
Wow.
I like that.
I feel like that was an absolute description of what you are to me, Jessica.
Ah, seriously? I feel the same about you, lady. I'm serious. Like that is what it's all about. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I hope that you all go now and reach out to whoever your Dana is in your life.
Or your Jessica. Yay. Unless it's just us, then you can just reach out to us.
Exactly.
All righty. Well, we'll be back again next week.
We will.
We're all
Be careful.
Be careful. Hit up the Spark My Interest girls if you get a chance. They are so fun.
Yep.
And I chatted with them this week over text, and we were all like, let's hope 2022 isn't, 2021 in lipstick the way 2021 was.
Right.
Just kills me. So anyway, let's enjoy each other. Reach out to somebody who's your Jessica or your Dana and tell them you appreciate them.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week, Jess.
All right. I'll see you next time.
I will talk to you 75 times a day until then.
Exactly.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.